music, you want music, get your own. I don't like putting this in there with music, because if I want to listen to something I don't like that what they're listening to, it's really weird. It can mute it anyway. But anyway, this is, I'm not a pro at modeling. I'm not a pro at painting. I do coding. I try to do it all one solo person. I'm just there. I try to do as much as I can. But I need a cylinder for my backhoe deal. I mean, yeah, I could go and took something else and did it, but this is mine. I can actually sell this now if I want to. It's my own. And I was trying to figure out the best way to make it low poly the best I could. That with my skills and stuff over the few years, I've done a little bit of this, but when you go to one program to another one, you start forgetting the other one unless you're constant. I guess that's why developers, they actually have people that does like graphics and the 3D modeling and stuff and painting and stuff. Anyway, you'll see Maya. I'm using Maya, and it's the developer version, like indie version. I'll link it down in the description. There's a link there. If you guys use that, I will get so much money credit it back to me. Not a lot. There's a cap on it. They cap it because I obviously realize. But anyway, it's lacking a lot of features, but it gets you started for what it is. The next thing I'm using is Substance Painter, and I don't know if I have a referral link for that. I'll go check that out or not. I pay like $50 a month for that and $10 for Photoshop, but I don't really use Photoshop too much except for my videos and some for this if I need them. But anyway, I'm just making a front cylinder. I was doing the backhoe thing and I was having a lot of problems. I asked another developer. He's making a game. He's busy. I don't want to bug him too much, and I want him to hold my hand either. I just don't want that. I never wanted that because he's got his own thing. But anyway, I love to give him shout outs, but I'm not sure if he wants his name shouted out. People might start asking him for help, and he'll be like, oh man, I'm overwhelmed, and he might just shut down and just not listen to nobody and just do his own thing and keep going. Anyway, I couldn't figure out the cylinder, so I thought I'd do the front this way. Just do it like a new John Deere backhoe would, new style, like a 400, I don't know, 410K or something like that. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I just kind of got a template from that just to see. I wasn't sure right here where we're at in the video. I wasn't real sure on what, how I was going to do this. I could have just done some chop cuts. I don't want to do that though, because that makes a lot of extra lines and stuff, and I'm trying to make my game not so laggy, and I'm just afraid I'm going to get all this cool stuff in there, and then there's going to be this big impact lag. I did some profiling, and what I could understand, it ain't too bad. My scripts might need a little bit of work, but I'm not a professional, so I have no idea what I'm really looking at. I have to do some more research. I'm self-taught of everything. Like, I have not had no one say, hey, you need to help me with this. I might have had one group say, you can do it this way, but they didn't really like walk me through it because I didn't had a lot of stuff figured out and how I want to do it. But yeah, that was in Farming Simulator. That wasn't over here on my own thing. I'm making my own game. Everybody's asking if I want to bring stuff to Farm Sim 19. I'm probably done with the Farming Simulator. I'm going to move on to my own game development stuff, or try to. And if I can't get that, then I might try to self-taught myself enough, or buy some stuff to learn and maybe get some jobs. There's jobs that's hiring if you just know the Unity, but there's so much I need to know though. I mean, the one developer's has 12, I think he said 12 years, and he has of development, and then he had like 1 year of Unity, and he's kind of struggling with it, I guess, kind of learning the ropes. A lot to take in and stuff like that. Networking is going to be my problem, I think. I'm waiting for the new stuff to drop and try to learn that. I don't want to go and try to buy classes for something that's outdated and then I have to relearn something else. I plan on doing multiplayer, but like I said, that's going to be a little while because I'm waiting for them to drop the new stuff, and then I'm trying to figure out the code and stuff, how I'm doing. So anyway, I don't know how I'm going to do the hoses. I may not put hoses on it right now, but right now we're making the bolts the best to my knowledge. Yes, I could have put a thing there and did some chop cut real quick, but I don't really need that. You're not going to probably see this too often, and you're not going to be paying attention to that. And if you notice on a lot of games, even like Far Cry, a lot of stuff's left out. Like suspension, it looks like it's there, but it's just textured on. There's really no need to have all that, because it just ruins your gameplay with lag. I forget what some controls do and stuff like that, but Yeah, it took me a bit to remember what I was doing. Then I was looking up to make sure I had that pretty much right, and then I decided why not. While I was there, paste the cylinder in there instead of trying to spell it out. My words and spelling and reading is not the strongest. I'm pretty good with the coding stuff though. I don't understand that. I hated school so bad. Then I kept hitting the wrong keyboard or board. Now the reason I'm scaling this up to 10 across is because that's what Unity will scale it at normally. I mean, you can scale it in there, but it's just easier if you have everything set up right. Because, I don't know, it's just better that way. Like, you can scale the model up in there, but I just figure while I'm here, I can just do it. And it's easier for me to take and work with. I forget a few things. I mean, I'm not pro. I'm sure you get some guy. I watch some guys build some guns and stuff on with Maya and stuff, and it make me look like I totally suck at it, which I do if you compare them to pros. Like what they probably watch this. They're like, man, they could have done this so much different. There's a lot of things he could just done, but I didn't know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing, but I don't. It's just really one of them things. But anyway, I don't know if I'll let this one. I might put this cylinder up for sale if it works right, and we'll see how it works. And then I'll put all the files in there. Well, I'll probably put it up for like, I don't know, $5 or something like that. It's not a big deal. I mean, if people want it, they'll pay it. If they don't want it, I don't care. I mean, I just did it for my stuff, my projects. So all my licenses are there, so I mean, I can do all that. See, before I used the student stuff for a little while, and then the student stuff was okay. But you had to really watch what you did with it. You couldn't like let it out. Because even if you let it free, people could just grab it up and sell it and therefore be profiting. I've also read some forums where people will use the student edition for their projects, their game development. They're like, well, I just kept a tab of what I made, then I just paid into that. I don't know how they did that, if there was like a donation link or I don't know, but I mean, that would be the way to do it if you could just, I don't know how, but I'd still see a lawsuit probably could happen. So I try not to like, there's like a lot of things you could just tempt, like it's really tempting, you could just go take and put on there and, use for free. But you don't, it's just really weird. Like, you gotta really watch. I try not to do too much illegal stuff if I can keep from it. Like, it's hard to do because there's so much stuff out there, you don't know where it comes from. Like, well, I don't really do it, but I see a lot of people do it, and it's easy for them to do that. So, like, if you read even if it says rule free, sometimes it may not be what you think. It's probably more like you can use it as long as the people can get the file. So, without hacking. I mean, everybody can get stuff if they try hard enough, I guess, but so. I sped this up. This was like about 40 minutes, I think. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. It's really messed up with the whole 3D modeling program things. I see so many models that's not supposed to be used, but it's put out. So I just want to make my own stuff so I can be all right and be good with it. So I'm just trying to make this more, I just do stuff by eye. I don't put pictures in there. That's how I build a lot of stuff. I've built so much stuff with that, with just not even, I made a logbook one time without even, just looking at a picture. I didn't put it in there. Some people put pictures in there, but yeah. So I read so much stuff trying to figure out what you can use and what you can't use and what the outcome would be. Alright, so I was going to go ahead and stop it because I was afraid the power might go out because we have really wacky power. But I forgot to add textures to this. This is where the developer indie thing messes with you. You can use Pong or something or whatever. I can't remember. But anyway, you could see up there in the corner I didn't have two materials. It didn't like apply it on there. I wasn't sure why. But then it dawned on me, you have to have them separated because then I guess it still thinks it's one. I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. But there we go. I added my new materials existing. And I threw it back under there. Then I export it all. I don't know all the export settings. Like I said, I'm new to this. So then I just go back in Substance Painter. It's really handy, actually. It does all your normal maps and everything. It's pretty cool. And Forming Simulator, I just exported that as a same thing I just exported to here. That's how I did the Farming Simulator for that one car body. Anyway, I was trying to paint normal on here because you can paint on either side. Then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to throw a whole black paint across it, and then I'll just try to fill in the small stuff. So I kept hitting the wrong button there, you know, because you can hit your left control and then scroll with, or do something with your mouse, and it makes that bigger. Or you just left click, I think. But anyway, I decided to paint that all up. You can just also drag and drop a material on there, which I could have done that. Which I should have probably done that, but that's alright. Then we change back and we can scroll down and then repaint this stuff up. Do our best we can. Probably if you unwrapped it right and did it without auto, you'd probably have a little bit easier. There we go. See? Doesn't look like too bad of bolts for noobish style. Now we have our top cylinder part. And if you take and I was looking for a layer, but I didn't need that because you can go down to I don't know, you can just actually throw it on there, and then you can add some grunge or dirt or whatever. So yeah, so I didn't really like that too much. I decided, yeah, I don't really like that. You can use smart materials, so I went down to smart materials. I deleted the old one and I put that one on it. Now we have more of a traditional tractor, you know, like when the paint's chipping off, you kind of have like someone spray painted over top of it or painted over it. You have that. And then I'm going to paint the bottom of the cylinder. I forgot. Oh, you got to change to the other layer. I find it easier to do it this way than trying to, you know, do whatever. Sure, it's probably not as professional, but it works. I decided to get some really realistic gun physics, or like paint. Then I decided to try to do some rust on it. And I wasn't sure I understand that too much, and then I worked it out, because again, you go to one project to another thing and then you're having to try to relearn it and stuff like that. And just remind you guys, I'm doing all this out of my pocket. I don't get donations. I never really got donations. My YouTube paid for a lot of that stuff when I was doing Farm Sim, and it did all right. It paid for everything and paid for my family and stuff to live. And then now just no one watched and other people did things, and yeah, so I just stopped doing Farm Sim. Now I'm trying to take a different route and different things, trying to get educated on it, so maybe I can get a job in this stuff. I don't mind doing coding and stuff, but it's really rough by yourself. So I'm going to put my initials on there. There we go. I was going to pick a different material, but then I decided not to. Then I just like, green looks pretty good. Now that will be on there, and that will look like that once you get in the game. Here's then I exported it out. This is basically the settings you do for Farm Sim, I think, too. Could be wrong. Anyway, and then we're going to render it. And this is what it looks like in the rendered texture. Once I get it in the game working, moving, and front end working, I will take and show that off. But meantime, I think that's going to have to do it. So anyway, I talked your ear off now. I'll do some fishing sometime on Far Cry. Don't worry, if you're interested in that. I don't know, kind of weird, random for me to say that. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Everything I said in this video is in the past or now. Yeah, so whatever I do, I'm trying to do everything good now, like best I can. Bye.